Hello everybody, this is Brian with Vermillion Enterprises. Today is June 10th, 2025, and I thought we'd put a little video today out there that one answers some questions that were posted in our last video, and then talk about whether the current market for gold, silver, platinum, is it a buyer's market? Or is it a seller's market? Or is it both? So I am of the mindset that it's a seller's market right now, and we'll talk about that. I said that yesterday in a video, and multiple people responded thinking that it was a buyer's market, which is fine, and I can see both sides of this. So let's talk about it. First, why do I think it's a seller's market right now? Well, specifically, gold and silver are pretty high right now. Gold is over $3,300 per ounce, and silver is $36.50 per ounce, give or take. So it's a good time just to sell because of the price of the material being what it is. And the premiums, especially on gold, are still decent. Silver's not bad. You can still get $1 to $2 under spot for items that's not silver eagles. Eagles you can still get over spot if they're retail friendly. So I think that's pretty good. Now, of course, that is always subject to change. We, as Vermillion Enterprises, reserve the right to change our premiums as the market changes. But so I think it's a seller's market in the sense that, well, the premiums are still good while the price of gold and silver are high. So it's a good time to sell if you are inclined to do so. And also, what is going on right now is that money is live. So what does that mean? That means there's no delay in getting paid right now with regards to when we as coin shops and coin dealers are dumping our material. So that's good. That's good for you. It's good for us. It's good for you. So if this incline, if this ascension in gold and silver keep going up, and more of this material keeps getting dumped onto the market, that may not be the case. We've seen 30-day net pays before in the industry when things got crazy before. So, God forbid that happens again, but it could. And that's not fun for anybody. That's not fun for you as the customer. It's not fun for the dealers because now we're like trying to figure out where the money's at. When is it coming in? Is it coming in? That creates a lot of uncertainty in the industry that no one wants or likes. So right now, that's not an issue. I will say in the past when that has happened, there's been a lot less physical dollars out there compared to what there is in 2025. There is a ton of money floating around in this country and this industry like there has never been before. So maybe the delay in payment, maybe we won't run into it this time around if the gold and silver prices keep going up. But if history repeats itself, we will. But right now, that's not an issue. So seller's market, in my mindset, is that it is, it's a good price to sell. Gold and silver are high in the scheme of things. And also, there's live payment. There's zero reason why any company right now who is in this industry is not live paying. There's no delay anywhere in the supply chain in this industry right now for people not to live pay. So, but that can and may change, especially if silver finally decides to do something. All right, now, so that's my mindset. That's why I think it's a seller's market right now. Why would some people think it's a buyer's market right now? Well, it's a buyer's market in my mindset only solely if you're considering the premiums at which you can acquire the material. We are selling Junk 90 right now on June 10th, 2025 at spot minus $1 per ounce. So that is, that's not common, right? Being able to buy junk 90 below spot. We're selling generic silver at spot right now. So that's your 1 ounce rounds, your 5 ounce bars, 10 ounce bars, stuff like that. We're selling it just at the spot price of silver. So it's a buyer's market in that sense. Okay, there's a ton of material available, and you can get it with cheap premiums. But you could have bought it a lot cheaper 2-3 years ago after the COVID rush. I mean, we for a while there were selling silver in the 20s. So even with the premium. So it's, in my mindset, yeah, okay, it's a buyer's market if you're solely looking at the premiums. But that's the only reason. Other than that, to me, it's a seller's market because, one, there's no delay in payment right now and the prices are high, so it's a good time to get out. So that's my mindset. I said that in yesterday's video, and a number of people in the comments section said, no way, it's a buyer's market. Okay. So I thought we would just talk about that, give you guys my 2 cents on that if you care. And if you think, hey, there's other reasons why it might be a seller's market, or if there's other reasons that it might be a buyer's market, please comment. Start a discussion in the comment section below. Just keep it civil, keep it apolitical, all right? But yeah, let's see what you guys and gals think. Maybe I'm missing something. I don't think so, but maybe I am. Anything you think we should add there, Tim?
I'm just curious what's going to happen to the saying, that's my 2 cents.
Okay. All right. So let's do some questions and answers here. Frosty8244 said in yesterday's video, and I hope this isn't true. He said silver dealers are starting to tell their customers there is a big shortage again. Is this true? Categorically, no. There is no shortage in material at all. I spoke to my one of the refineries that I do a lot of business with yesterday. Tim, hand me a calculator, please. He said that, I asked him specifically about junk 90. They melted over 50,000 face last week, and so I asked him, okay, 50,000 face last week, what are you planning on melting this week? And he said, as of right now, there is 80,000 face value of junk 90 that they are planning on burning this week. The only constraint on that right now that they may not get to burn that much is the time at which it requires to burn 1,000 face value, because it takes them, he said, about 25-30 minutes to burn 1,000 face. So it becomes a time constraint issue for them, to the point where they may have to start keeping the fires going at least into a second shift. And so, an 80,000 face at let's say 25 times face, so that's $2 million. And any company, there's a lot of crybabies out there saying, oh, we shouldn't burn junk 90 because it's our history. Well, okay, but there's $2 million sitting there that company, that refinery needs to get turned back into capital so they can buy more material that is being sent into them. And that is the name of this game, guys and gals. It is to keep money moving. Stagnation is the enemy, the absolute enemy in this industry. There cannot be stagnation. We have got to have circulation. And those dollars got to keep flowing, because this material is pouring in. It's pouring into shops like mine, so that means that the refineries and the wholesalers, it's just they're getting choked out right now. And it's amazing that there's not a delay in payments yet, just due to the sheer volume of which there is material coming in and processing coming in. But these guys and gals who are running these big firms, these big refineries, these big wholesalers, they're doing a great job right now. And my hat's off to them. Here's an example. their security is so tight and well thought out. In a shipment that we sent into one of our refineries yesterday, they lost 3 $20 libs of ours in the system. They just got in the system. They were able to find it. 3 coins they were able to find in this huge operation on their cameras because of their security system. So, I mean, they are so well thought out and such efficient machines that come into processing this material that's being sent into them. And I'm a small fish in this whole industry, guys. I'm a minnow over here. All right, I'm not even a mid-tier operation in this industry. I'm at the a step up from the bottom tier. There's the bottom tier, and then there's shops like mine that are one step up from the bottom tier, and then there's probably 3 or 4 levels above me. So thinking about that, it's just mind-boggling to me, how efficient and how well run they are, and the fact that they're still live paying. So I send in gold, I'm paid basically the next day or maybe the day after. Silver, it takes about a week right now, so to get turned around, because one is just the mail. Silver goes ground, gold goes overnight. So that's part of it. So you consider that, I think that's fantastic. And they're doing a great job. So, and back to the question that Frosty asked, so starting teller dealers, is there a big shortage again? No, I and every other licensed dealer in the country can order generic silver and junk 90 below spot right now. So there is 0 shortages. If there was, we would have to be paying a premium over spot to get it. There is 0, guys. Yeah. The refinery told me they would sell me as much junk 90 as I wanted at minus 75 cents yesterday. Minus 75 cents. So that tells you they would sell me 80,000 face basically at minus 75 cents if I wanted it. Does that sound like a shortage? No. And if there is anybody out there telling people that there's a shortages, shame on you, because there is 0 shortages in silver right now. No shortages in silver eagles, none in foreign silver, none in generic silver, none in junk 90. There might be a shortage in some specific brands, specific SKU. Oh, maybe I can't get this specific brand's 5-ounce bars right now. Okay, so what? That doesn't mean there's a shortages in 5-ounce bars or generic silver. Maybe that one company has a little hiccup right now. So no, there's 0 shortages right now. Here's a cute one, I thought. JRJ Stacks said, everything is just material to this guy being me, Brian Vermillion. Everything is just material to this guy, with a cute little emoji face. Look at the little emoji that this guy put in here. I assume that's an emoji. I assume this is a guy. I shouldn't assume that's a guy, but I assume it is. But look at that little cute emoji this person put in there. Everything is just material to this guy. Yeah, what else is it? I mean, everything that's physical is material. So yeah, he's right. It's just material to me, guys. I don't know what else it would be. Tim, what else could it possibly be?
Material?
Yeah. I mean, gold and silver, platinum, it's material, folks. And that's all it is to me. So yes, JRJ Stacks, everything is just material to this guy. You are right. All right, Mega CB said, maybe we should ship the 90% silver to Canada. Maybe that would make sense to some businesses. A lot of the silver goes to the Royal Canadian Mint. Most of the 999 that is getting melted right now, at least by one operation, gets right to the Royal Canadian Mint. So they are a huge buyer of silver right now that is getting turned over here in the States. For what I understand, have open contracts, so they are buying a ton of it. So yeah, I mean, that's where a lot of it's going. I'm not sure specifically about the 90% silver, but I know a lot of the 999 silver is going right to the Royal Canadian Mint. They're a huge part of the cycle of refining silver here in the United States. So yes, that is most definitely happening. They had a moratorium on it about maybe a year ago, but they have since lifted that and have open contracts on silver. All right. Nico Tromus 33 says, all of these people complaining about 90% getting melted need to go to their local coin shops and load up. They've obviously never run a business before. That's true. if you guys and gals out there who are belly aching and crying about 90% silver getting melted, oh, history's getting melted, go buy it. That you want to save it, go buy it. That's it. I mean, I would not be melting it. We melted almost 10,000 face in 3 days of operation here. I wouldn't be melting that if there's people actually coming in and buying it at a higher rate than people are selling it. So, yeah, he or she is 100% correct. If you don't want it to get melted, go do your part and buy it. Were you going to say something, Tim?
I don't know for how many videos you were saying you were saving junk 90, you weren't melting it, and
yes.
this is new.
Yeah, that's a great point. For basically all of 2025, we're stockpiling junk 90, not melting it as others were, until last week where we hit a breaking point, and it was clear that the floodgates of material coming into the shop was just wide open at this point, and there's just the level of buyers out there is not matching anywhere near in dollars the amount of sellers. It's just the way it is, guys and gals. Every day we're writing multiple checks for over $10,000, some over $100,000, and there's nowhere near that amount of dollars coming back into the shop over the counter from purchases. It's just the way it is. The math is a mathin' to keep material from getting burned. All right, so Nico Tromus 33, you're 100% right, man, or ma'am. You are 100% spot on. Craig B4W says, silver, well, in 1980 it hit nearly 50. 45 years later, silver still isn't anywhere near. Just think silver loses more than those paper dollars. That's an interesting statement, and I've never really played around to see if silver, what that relationship is between inflation and silver. Obviously, silver is not a hedge against inflation. We know that, right? Because of exactly what he is saying here. In 80, it nearly hit 50. 45 years later, we're still 35, 3650 divided by 50. Yeah, we're still basically 27% below its all-time high right now after 45 years of inflation. So it would be interesting to see on a graph inflation versus silver pricing, and a standardized silver price based on inflation. That would be interesting to see. I'm sure that information is out there. I am not aware of where it is. But yeah, let's face it, silver up to this point has not been a great financial decision for people to buy into. It's just not what it is supposed to be as a hedging against inflation. A gentleman in the shop yesterday asked me what ratio of gold to silver that I, Brian Vermillion, would own, and I told him I would own 0 silver and 100% gold. So that's the truth. I am a gold bug, not a silver bug. If you've paid attention to my channel over the years, you have probably picked up on that. He goes on to say there is just too much silver out there. There is so much silver out there. Silver is generated as a waste product from the mining of other metals. So there is just so much out there, guys and gals. Meanwhile, he's going on here. Meanwhile, new ways are invented to do what silver once did in the industry. That is the onus of industry, right? Is to find cheaper ways to make the same product. So if you have silver sitting at $36 an ounce, right? And you can get rid of that $36 an ounce for something less, let's say $20 an ounce or $15 an ounce, it is the onus of the industry to make that move. So, and that is what they are doing. So keep stacking. A proven loser is what he says. Barter with people with silver. Just who are these people? I hear this all the time. That's a great point. Who are these people that you're going to be able to barter with silver with for goods? You're never going to be able to go into a store like Publix, which is our major grocery store here in the Southeast, and walk in there with your your buffalo rounds and be like, hey, let me get some milk and bread and eggs for this. That's not going to happen. For that to happen, they would have to employ somebody like me to run that operation, just because they're going to have to be able to verify the material due to the sheer amount of fakes out there. Or they would have to be paying like 50 cents on the dollar just to make sure that they were covering their losses from buying fake material. And then they would have to micro hedge every single transaction. A guy comes in and gives a silver round for bread, milk, and eggs. They'd have to micro hedge that one silver round just to make sure that they didn't lose in a market that is as volatile as what the precious metals market is. So that's just not going to happen. I never understood why people think they're going to be able to barter with this type of material on a grand scheme of things. Maybe there's one shop out there that there's a mechanic out there somewhere who will take silver for his services. I know of people that will do that, but on the grand scheme of things, buying consumables, no, not from the majors. Not going to happen, folks. So hopefully you guys found that interesting. Tim, were there any other main questions that you've been receiving that I could answer here quickly for the folks?
Not right now, but I will look and set some aside.
All right, folks. I'm Brian with Vermillion Enterprises. We're open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., Saturdays, 8 a.m. to noon. If there's anything we can do for you, please reach out to the shop. We are always happy to help. If you're looking to liquidate, we are not undercapitalized. We are staying flush with our ability to buy your stacks. We are happy to do so. We'll be more than willing to do that. And I think if you tune into our prices, you'll see that we are ultra competitive in our buy prices. So if there is anything we can do for you, please reach out to the shop. We will be happy to help. And tell me what you think about what I said here in the comment section of this video. Just please keep it civil, and please keep it apolitical. All right, guys and gals, you have a great day, and we'll probably update you later on in the week with another premiums videos, especially if something does change. Remember, we reserve the right to change our premiums on the fly as the market changes. And also remember, folks, everything on YouTube, all content on YouTube is for entertainment purposes only. Don't take it for anything more than that. All right, you guys and gals, have a great day. Thank you.